It's warming up. Beautiful afternoon on the Strip. Nothing like Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi and good evening, everyone. We've got an NBA Cup semifinal for you tonight. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Wallace. Michael Jordan is out there with Nash. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Giannis in at the 4 spot. And for the Bucks, Duncan is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then there's Wade. Then it's Johnson. And it's KD in at the small forward.
Oh, that's a high IQ play from such a young player. Wade found his man easily off the screen.
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor to the paint. Wants to get it to Jordan and does. Over Wade. No good from Jordan. On offense, here are the Bucks. Wade passes to Durant. Here's Johnson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Steve Nash. Well, we've made it through 2 rounds of the NBA Cup. And the stakes just keep rising.
Kevin, once you get to single elimination, there's no room for error. You have 2 Eastern Conference heavyweights going at it. I think this game could come down to the wire.
Good on the second free throw. About a minute played so far here in the first. Nash outside. Pass to Wallace. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the bruising nature of Wallace's game, terrific at just seeking out contact.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws here tonight.
2 shots.
Wallace hits 2 free throws. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Milwaukee. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Now here's Jordan after Dwayne Wade's miss.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Now here's Durant. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Abdul-Jabbar trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Durant.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, the Bucks head coach and I were able to talk. I talked with Coach about how he plans to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach laughed and then asked me, "You have any ideas?" Giannis is an impossible matchup. We just hope to slow him down a little. As always, it's very difficult to game plan for the Greek Freak, a multiple-time MVP. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Johnson. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Johnson, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Milwaukee making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Doncic is checked in. Wallace outside. Knocks it loose. Popped up there for Wade. Doncic with the steal. Pass to Jordan. Back to Doncic. Wallace inside. Defended by Payton. He gets it in there.
And as one of the strongest guys in the league, that's where Wallace wants to operate, down in the paint.
Duncan outside. Back to Wade. To the inside. There's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the assist by Wade.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Payton following the miss by Steve Nash. And here is Payton. Scoreless thus far. Durant, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Nash dishes to Jordan. Over Durant. A nice shot by Jordan.
Well, Jordan's jumper is just pure, especially at that range.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Towns, he's checked in for the Bucks. And the Celtics also making a change. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee with the ball. Down low, here's Towns. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 3 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 5. Now, here's Doncic. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Wade. Here's Payton into the lane. Rebound Boston. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
And here's KD for 3. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. The Celtics shooting in the early going here. Pretty dreadful, 22%. And it's Doncic, top of the key. Ball is with a screen on Payton. Doncic kicks it out to Garnett. Clock at 4. Nash outside. Tim Duncan with the rebound. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Bucks, leading by 5. Pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. Bucks passing it around. Wade surveying the D. Launches it. The shot, no good. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Bucks lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the 2024 NBA Cup semifinals. We're so glad you could join us. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
On the floor for Boston, they've got Antetokounmpo. Luka Doncic out there with Richard Hamilton. Then it's Garnett. And it's Mullen in at the small forward position.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Garnett with the block. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Over in the corner, Doncic. Over Weber. And it's Doncic missing. Bucks leading by 3. Weber, the pass to Payton. Outside, Pierce. From deep three-point land. Doncic grabs the miss. Boston shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. The triple! Doncic!
He's got a good handle, excellent body control. Doncic is a threat to pull up from anywhere.
Payton against Doncic. Weber, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Thompson with it. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Hamilton. Thompson, he sticks that one in from 20 feet away. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Yeah, you got to stay in front of Clay. If you're going under the screen and he recognizes that, you're going to get scored on.
Garnett outside. Pass to Hamilton. And here is Doncic. Garnett with a screen on Payton. To the middle. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. Johnson, he's checked in for Payton. And then for Boston. Mobley, he's checked in for Garnett. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Mullen. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Johnson outside. And we've got the second edition of the NBA Cup. Our second ever semifinals. What'd you learn from last year?
Yeah, I think we all learned a lot, right? These neutral court NBA games are rare. No home crowd. Have to find your own energy. I thought the teams played with something extra in those games. They felt like playoff games in December.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Weber. And it's Wade in for Paul Pierce. The Celtics also with a sub. Michael Jordan, he's checked in for Hamilton. Doncic, no good on the free throw.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
Abdul-Jabbar the screen. Inside. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Abdul-Jabbar's got 6.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Milwaukee making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Nash is checked in for the Celtics. Mobley looking it over. Back to Nash. Over Johnson. Shot clock at 5. And here's Jordan outside. And it's Durant with the rebound. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And stolen by Mobley. Outside Leonard. Mobley kicks it over to Nash. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Nash. Down low. There's Giannis with the slam.
Antetokounmpo with a great read there in the screen and roll. He knew exactly when to back off the pick.
Wade outside. Pass to KD. They get it back. Abdul-Jabbar misses.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And Mobley throws it down.
And went up and pulled it down. Mobley soaring.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. trailing by 2. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. A different look for Milwaukee. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Weber in for Klay Thompson. And a change for the Celtics. Mullins is checked in. Bucks passing it around. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. Guarded by Jordan. The kick out to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 4 assists now tonight. Outside Leonard. 1:29 left in the first half. Over Wade. Leonard, no luck. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And the basket by Wade.
And Wade is very selective from this area, but he can absolutely knock down the triple.
Now Nash. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York. And the shot goes in. Jordan's got his second basket of the night.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Wade against Jordan. Wade outside. And Jordan sends it back.
And one of the league's most effective shot blockers from that guard position. Jordan can do it and help defense or on the ball.
Now here's Jordan. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Knicks in New York. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Durant on the wing. Wade passes to Towns. Now here's Durant. Takes a 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Outside Jordan. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bucks ahead, leading by just 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Karl, you guys have built a lead. What is the key to maintaining or increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. So stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
You had the advantage in the first half. We'll see if you can keep that advantage in the second half. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot rumble.
Hey everybody, always a fascinating story. Our first order of business. Let's catch you up on some trades around the league. A lot of moves around the NBA, and of course, one trade that got vetoed. Shaq and Kenny's trade in our fantasy basketball league.
That trade had no business being vetoed. Collusion, I say. Collusion, collusion, collusion.
How does it even work, Ernie? Does the rest of the league vote on it?
The commissioner decides if it passes or not. In this case, that would be me. Vetoed. Oh. Well, coming back to the game of the night, the Bucks find themselves in a close one.
Let me start out by saying, if you make it here, like both these teams have, the whole league and NBA fan base is checking you out, and I know what the feeling is like.
You know, Shaq, I think I need more Shaqronyms in my life. How about OFC? You know what that is, big fella? Okra and fried chicken. Ugh. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And halftime is come and gone, and the second half of the NBA Cup semifinal is here. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Duncan. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot.
And Nash is an incredible passer. Seems like he has eyes in the back of his head sometimes. One of the best.
Here's Johnson after the basket by Boston. It's tipped. And Nash with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Nash has got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics.
Well, good job there. Jordan getting him in transition, and he does so much, and you almost forget how dominant he can be defensively.
Johnson, the pass to KD. Off target from outside.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Giannis outside. Just 4 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Of course, one of the league's best scorers. Giannis poised to be one of the game's all-time best.
The Celtics shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
And both free throws good for Giannis. And Brent, last season, Giannis became the first player in NBA history to average over 30 points a game on over 60% shooting from the field. I mean, jaw-dropping numbers.
Yeah, incredible stuff, Kevin. And when you think about how much basketball has changed, the variety of shots, the great big men that have dominated the NBA floors for so long, for Giannis to be able to do that in this day and age with the three-point evolution and revolution that's happened, it speaks to just how dominant a player he is.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to talk to his guys. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively. But how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. The Bucks second, 5th on the list, the Celtics.
I mean, guys, these are 2 of the hottest teams in the league right now when it comes to scoring the basketball.
And the Bucks with possession here. 6-point game. Johnson kicks to Duncan. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. And taken away by Johnson. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Will it go? Rebound by Wallace.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
There's the lob at Antetokounmpo. And so Boston again turning it over.
And it gives us a chance here to check out some stats on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Some impressive play from him over the last month. And he's truly a force around the rim, ranking among the top 5 in rebounds per game.
And it's a strong accomplishment, 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Now, here's Johnson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Abdul-Jabbar. Basket counts. Abdul-Jabbar's got 8 points.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
And the loudest section gets a free t-shirt. Make some noise!
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at the Bucks. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And checking out Boston, 6.5 games behind them.
And you know, for the Celtics, not a perfect start to the season, but they're in a position where all it takes is one modest winning streak to jump into that tough spot.
They're lacking a little bit of fire so far this year, and we've seen that before. For a team of their caliber, it can be tough to maintain that intensity for each and every game in the early part of the going.
Now, here's Wade, following the miss by Giannis. Here's Johnson. Rebound by Wallace.
I'm a bit shocked, honestly, that he misses that. That's his shot in rhythm.
From deep, Giannis. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Bucks trail by 4. Oh, the lob to Abdul-Jabbar. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Johnson against Nash. And it's Wallace with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. They get it again. Abdul-Jabbar misses. Here's Boston now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's Antetokounmpo, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Great to see Antetokounmpo going strong inside. At times, the D has no choice but to foul him.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
And the Bucks making a change here. Payton's checked in. Richard Hamilton's checked in for the Celtics. hits the second from the line. Bucks trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Wade against Jordan. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Durant deciding where to go with it. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Steve Nash.
And not much you can do defensively once Kareem gets the ball in that close. Too much height, too much talent.
Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Bucks, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And you're talking about one of the most decorated superstars in the history of college basketball, but maybe the most impressive feat. He won 3 national championships, and Kareem has a way of affecting winning.
Payton against Jordan. Payton passes to Abdul-Jabbar. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's taken away by Wallace. Nash with it. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Giannis.
Not much a defender can do against Giannis there.
And it's Wade with the ball for the Bucks. Pass to Duncan. Back to Wade. We've got 1:23 left in the third. Abdul-Jabbar. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And let's get your take, guys, and the hustle stats for Boston.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And not to mention they're playing with great activity. A lot of blocked shots, good hands, active hands, nothing easy for the opposition.
And he makes the first. And some changes here for the Bucks. Pierce comes in for Tim Duncan. And it's Thompson in for Dwayne Wade. Garnett, he's checked in for Boston. Mullen comes in for Jordan. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Boston leading by 5. Nash right side. Durant against Garnett. Over KD, and Durant sends it back.
Huge block as the length of KD paying off there.
Bucks have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Durant sets a screen for Payton. Pierce wide open. He fires. And again, the Bucks miss.
And I thought that was going to drive. It looked good from here.
Giannis against KD. Nash outside. Six to shoot. On the wing, Giannis. Defended by Abdul-Jabbar.
Now, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Thompson finds Durant, and here is Payton, defended by Nash. Antetokounmpo with the steal. The third quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Dan, he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
just 1 quarter left in this 2024 NBA Cup semifinal. On the floor for Boston, Michael Jordan is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Mobley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Garnett in at the 5 spot. Misses the wing J.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Wade passes to Johnson. Back to Wade. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And a change for the Celtics. Richard Hamilton's checked in for Kevin Garnett. To the left wing, Mobley finds Leonard. Mobley, a screen on Weber. Back to Mobley. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Jordan. And he can't bank that one in. Bucks trail by 5. Johnson outside. Wade outside. To the middle. Here's Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Towns has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Milwaukee. Mobley sets the pick for Doncic. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Johnson against Doncic. Johnson with the bounce pass. Leonard with the steal. Tries the spin move. Michael Jordan on the wing. Mobley, a screen on Thompson. Hamilton, the pass to Mobley. Back to Hamilton. The shot, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
A different look for Milwaukee. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Duncan comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Kevin Durant in for Wade. And then for Boston, Wallace is checked in for Evan Mobley. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Hamilton. And it's Nash in for Michael Jordan. That one drops. He ties it up.
And how unique is Weber? A smooth shooting big man with some sick handles.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance and everyone rock.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Bucks. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Joe Mazzulla was going over with his team. Now with the game in the balance, Coach told his team to play loose. Don't overthink it. We got this far playing our game, and we can win the same way. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Milwaukee on D. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And he gets the bucket.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Johnson surveying the floor. Duncan with a screen on Nash. To the inside. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Leonard. One-on-one here. And Durant sends it back.
Durant covering a lot of territory with his length.
Johnson against Leonard. Here's Duncan. Abdul-Jabbar passes to KD. Out to Duncan. Shot clock at 3. No good from Abdul-Jabbar. The Celtics have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. The Bucks trail. Thompson outside. Duncan high post. Duncan with the screen for KD. Back to Duncan. And the dunk by Duncan.
How about the concentration from Duncan? Doesn't budge even in the biggest of moments.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Attention fans, here come your Bucks breaker crew.
Wade, he's checked in for Thompson. Celtics also with a sub. Jordan's checked in. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Wallace outside. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Duncan's got 5 rebounds tonight to take the lead. No good from Wade. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Jordan. Excellent D from Wade. Bucks have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Abdul-Jabbar in the post. Giannis is there. .135 left in the game. Abdul-Jabbar with the steal. Here's Durant. Straight to the bucket. Durant. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Another part of the credit has to go to what they did on the inside blocking shots. I mean, super scrappy defensively and just affecting a lot of the opportunities that their opponents were putting up.
And that one is good. And it's a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
Yeah, so the game is on the line, and you don't want Tim Duncan with the basketball, you're crazy.
Nash against Johnson. Here's Jordan. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Over Wallace. And the rebound goes to Nash. And so it's Boston with it. Giannis outside. Duncan with some nice deep. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
Here's Johnson. Good.
Big shot maker. When the game heats up, so does magic.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. From the line. No good on that one. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for two. Magic Johnson.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
And so Jordan will bring it out for the Celtics. Leonard the pass to Jordan. No good on the triple. So they foul intentionally.
Third personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for the Bucks. Magic Johnson. Huge shot.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And so the Bucks take the win. They've moved their way through the east side of the bracket and are headed for the final game of the NBA Cup.
Yeah, just one game. Winner takes all. You know they're going to be bringing that competitive fire. They want to be the ones hoisting that cup.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, KD. It was a good start. What happened with that rough patch later on, though?
We weren't disciplined. We were just shooting shots, just to shoot them, throwing passes, just to pass them. No sense of urgency, no purpose. And against a team like that, they're looking for something to get them back in the game, and we just let them back in.
Close the door, but stuff to work on, I know, man. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And the unmistakable greeting to Las Vegas, just a stone's throw away. And welcome to the NBA Cup semifinals. This is a huge game. And here we can check out the story for him.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. And it's Robinson in at the 5. And for the Warriors, Kobe Bryant is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Chamberlain in at the 4 slot. And we're here in the Western Conference semifinals of the NBA Cup. The excitement has been building to this do-or-die moment.
Yeah, even though this game counts toward their regular season records, they're not thinking about that. Each team just wants to get to the championship and show that they are the best in the West.
And he comes up with a bucket.
And that gets us rolling. Whew, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
You get the sense there is a level of intensity right out of the gates.
Screen by Robinson. Here's Bird. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And here's Curry. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Robinson with the block. Here's Pippen, hounded by Tatum. Pass to Bird. Launches a 3. Tatum pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Chamberlain. Now Wembanyama. Down low. Here's Curry. And here's Bryant. Right side, Wembanyama. He can't get it to go. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Bird passes to McGrady. To the middle. Here's Pippen. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Back to Curry. Outside Tatum. Clock at 6. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Olajuwon.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Outside Tatum. To in the cold spell. Robinson with the block. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Pippen. Hauled in by Curry. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Lakers in their last game.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
Pass to Pippen. To the left wing. Here's Bird, hounded by Tatum. Cashes it in from 11 feet.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Anthony's checked in for the Warriors. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Tatum. Now Mitchell. Anthony outside. Just 5 to shoot. Curry finds Mitchell. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Pass to Bird. 1:46 left to play in the first quarter. Here's West. He's covered by Curry. Here's Bird. The shot misses.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Doris, back in January 2023, Donovan Mitchell became the 5th player to ever score 71 in a game.
Think about this, Brian. Just Wilt, Kobe, David Thompson, and David Robinson had done it before Donovan Mitchell. Incredible company he keeps. You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
And we've got 1:18 left in the first. Fades back. McGrady's shot is off.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Anthony, the pass to Bryant. Back to Anthony. Tries it from 16. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. This game following their win against the Rockets.
And that night, they did a great job of executing their plays and creating mismatches.
It was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Anthony against Brown. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. To the paint. Oh, he picked him clean! There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Here's McGrady. He's guarded by Anthony. Brown against Anthony. Outside, Brown. Over Anthony. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And a closely contested grit and grind first quarter comes to a close. You're watching the 2024 NBA Cup semifinals, just the second in league history. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Thunder with a lead. On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. They've got Jaylen Brown, and it's Kemp in at the power forward. Outside, Brown. Hey, Brown in traffic.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Inside. Here's Anthony. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Pass to Kemp. Brown with it, and that's a foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Pippen comes in for Brown. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Here's West. No made baskets yet. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. From deep. Chamberlain pulls it in.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Pass to Drexler. Takes it inside. Here's West. The deep three from beyond the arc and then some. West has got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, some staggering display of range here. I mean, that took some serious confidence.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bryant's checked in. Kidd, the pass to Chamberlain. Now here's Mitchell. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Here's Drexler, and he goes in for the dunk.
And he's such a unique talent at both ends. Embiid with the vision that time.
Warriors trail by 5. Outside Tatum. On the wing, Mitchell. Tatum with a screen. On the wing, Tatum. The three is up. JT for 3.
The rise and fire by Jason Tatum, ready to catch it and score it immediately.
McGrady, the pass to Olajuwon. Now Embiid. Pass to Drexler. Here's Olajuwon. Screen by Embiid. Out to the right wing. Hey, from beyond the arc. Olajuwon can't get it to go. And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was right here, and they were able to come out with a win.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
And the shot's good.
Now, Jason Tatum has become an extraordinary passer. This guy knows the attention he draws, just gets his teammates involved.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And you got to appreciate the level of competition that this NBA Cup has inspired.
Absolutely. The winner's purse and everything else. A win here gets you into the finals and a shot at all the marbles.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Screen by Embiid. Floats one. Bird, that's good. Bird's got his third bucket of the night.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Anthony outside. Pass to Bryant. 2. The Thunder with the rebound. That'll be game 5 for them as they near the end of a 6-game trip. To the inside, Bird. The layup off target. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Here's Curry. Curry at the rim.
But Curry can finish left, right, quick. He can quick shoot you, get you off your feet. This guy's so good on the inside.
Pass to Embiid. Here's McGrady, covered by Bryant. Down low. A minute 15 left to play in the half. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Here's Pippen. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Anthony.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Wembanyama's checked in for the Warriors. Tatum comes in for Anthony. The Warriors trailing. 54 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Wembanyama, the pass to Chamberlain. And he's going for the oop here.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
46 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's McGrady. He's covered by Curry. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Oklahoma City shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And the first one at the line is good.
Tracy McGrady taking 2 shots.
He does not get the second one.
Golden opportunity to take the lead. Instead, he merely knots up the score.
Pass to Chamberlain. Back to Bryant. We've got 22 seconds left in the half. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Six on the shot clock. Here's Tatum. Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws it down.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Pass to Robinson. Shoots over Tatum. Robinson gets the bucket. Robinson's got his first 2 points. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
I'm not going to say this game is monumentous, but I will say it's BWT. And for those who are...
And let's move to some recent news. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's...
And welcome back. We're set for the second half, the 2024 NBA Cup semifinals. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
They've got Stephen Curry. He's out there with Kobe Bryant. Jason Tatum out there with Wembanyama. And it's Chamberlain in at the power forward. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Tatum inside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
From the moment Jason Tatum stepped into this league, he has been a guy who has wanted the burden offensively, and he has delivered.
Taking 2
And he's good on the second. Thunder with a lead. Here's McGrady. Pass to Bird. Jacks up a 3. Here's Pippen. Robinson, a screen on Bryant. Another shot. They shoot again. And there's a nice layup by Robinson. And the Thunder lead by 4.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Pass to McGrady. Here's Pippen. He's covered by Curry. Screen by Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Uses the glass on the layup. Robinson's got 6.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
First trip to the line for him here. He's perfect from the line this time. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
I don't think this timeout is just to give the guys a breather. coach is looking to switch things up.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Here's McGrady. He's covered by Curry. Bird passes to Olajuwon. Releases. Warriors with the rebound. Pass to Bryant. To the middle. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night. And he drops the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's Olajuwon. Here's Bird. He has 6. Robinson, a screen on Tatum. Robinson gets the bucket. Robinson's got 8 points.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Wembanyama. Pass to Bryant. The 3 is up. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Robinson's got 5 rebounds in the game. Bird passes to Robinson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Anthony's checked in for the Warriors. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Curry. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Pass to McGrady. Robinson, a screen on Curry. Here's McGrady. The Thunder with another miss. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for Golden State.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Now Bryant. Anthony outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Anthony's got his second basket.
You know, it just doesn't seem to bother him. Melo is able to maintain his focus when he's attacking the basket. It's almost like the defense wasn't even there.
Here's McGrady. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. It's Brown on the wing, covered by Bryant. Just 3 to shoot. From the baseline. Anthony grabs the board. Warriors trail by 4. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Pass to Olajuwon. Here's Bird. He's guarded by Anthony. Robinson, a screen on Anthony. Left side, Robinson. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3 ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Pass to Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Curry against Brown. Here's McGrady. Shoots over Bryant. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Thunder lead by 6.
That's great work on the glass. That kind of hustle play can energize your team.
Here's Anthony. Ooh, can't throw it down with one hand. And So it's Oklahoma City leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
All right, fourth quarter here in the NBA Cup semifinals. This 2024 tournament winding down. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. They've got Joel Embiid, and it's McGrady in at point. Pippen, the pass to McGrady. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And let's give them credit to the shot blocking on display. They set the tone early and have kept the pressure on defensively.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Drexler, that's good.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
Kidd, the pass to Chamberlain. Here's a look at the schedule for the Oklahoma City Thunder. On Thursday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Orlando Magic. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Miami Heat.
Looking at this stretch, they should have little issues beating most of their opponents. They just need to keep the intensity up and avoid playing down to their competition.
Embiid, a screen on Mitchell. McGrady. Three-pointer off the mark.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Pass to Rodman. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Second personal foul.
He misses the free throw. Wembanyama's checked in for Mitchell. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Robinson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
Pass to West. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Warriors trail by 9. Here's Rodman. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Shoots. The putback. It's good on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Here's Pippen. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so he makes both from the line.
And really strong at the line since the break.
The Warriors have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie.
Well, don't underestimate Curry because of his size. This guy does a great job absorbing contact and still finishing.
Here's Bird. Inside. Stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Tatum. Off target there with a little leaner.
I don't know if he's trying to show off with the crowd or what. There's no reason for that kind of shot.
Pass to Pippen. To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Tatum with it. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
Pass to Robinson. Over Wembanyama. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Warriors have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter.
2 minutes.
Outside Curry from outside the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pippen pass to McGrady. Down low. Here's Robinson. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nailed all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Wembanyama screen. There's Tatum with the 3. Rebounded by Pippen.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
McGrady the pass to Robinson. Here's Pippen, covered by Bryant. Five to shoot. Here's Bird, pounded by Tatum. And that one's good. And now it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Thunder.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And so this will lock down their 15th win of the year.
It took them a while to figure out the right approach, and now they'll head into their 4th and final meeting of the season with a chance to actually split the season series.
51 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Goes back up. Bird, that's good. And the Thunder lead by 11.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
Curry, that's good. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the fourth. Outside Robinson. Pass to Pippen. Here's Bird. Robinson, a screen on Tatum. Driving in. Bird passes to Robinson. Up and in from the low block. And here's Tatum. So it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. And this secures their spot in the NBA Cup Tournament Finals. What a season they have had so far.
And bravo to both teams for making it this far into the tournament. But only one team can be the best in the West and get to play in that championship game.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Joel, congratulations. A quality win tonight. What enabled you to secure it?
Oh, we played. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time.